Howdy everybody, I'm Dave with Nelson Creek Farms. Got a lot of stuff coming up here in the next week or so. The weather's finally gotten warm enough that things are starting to pop around here, and I'm needing to get things done. One of the things to do today is get this chain down off of this beam here to the old shed so we can try backing the new LS tractor in here finally. Yeah. Plus, if I can, I'm going to get the hay baler out of here and we're going to take it to the auction. So stay tuned, more coming up. Oops, or down as the case may be. This old New Holland baler is so heavy that the foot of the screw jack here has sunk down into the soil. So I've got to lift it up a bit so I get that hitch on the front end of Stinky here stuffed in there so I can wiggle this thing out of the shed here. And I gotta hurry it up because if you remember in one of the last videos I said these temperatures that we were having suddenly in the mid to upper 80s and bouncing around the low 90s was prime time for a thunderstorm in Idaho. Well, I've got thunder boomers building to the southwest. So I gotta hurry up and get this thing jacked up enough. That might be just enough so I can put a hitch pin in there and get this baler towed out. Yeah. Shoot, let me roll her back a bit. Oh, almost perfect. Yep, almost. How about that? A little bit of wiggle. Okay. There's the hole for the pin here. Yeah, I'll hang on to that, I guess. Okay, now to get this thing towed out of here. Now if I can turn the wheels on Stinky a little bit to the left, that might bring that out far enough, straight enough to get it out of the shed, which it looks like it's going to do. This may be a bit of a seesaw affair getting this thing out of here. So I don't run into the barn or anything else. Turn the wheels to the left on Stinky to hopefully bring the front end out a little further. Well, I would say that thing is out of that shed finally. Now I can get in there and get this thing cleaned up in there. Yeah. Y'all probably can't tell it from this angle, but compared to Stinky, that thing is absolutely massive. It looks more like it should be at home behind the International 450 than behind that little Ford tractor. And it's becoming hay season. Here comes one of those big 1-ton balers, ready to go. Before I get any crazier on something goat to do, I'm going to put some air in the tires and yeah, give the auction company a call, see if they'll accept it today. If not, at least it's out of the shed so I can get in there and get some stuff cleaned up finally. So why get rid of the old hay baler, you ask? Well, if the thing breaks down, I need to be able to get parts for it reasonably quickly. And this thing is already 70 years old. And it really doesn't look like it has that much use in it. I mean, those knotter gears all look pretty good. That decal almost looks like it's in perfect condition. And all of these drive gears still have red paint on them. So yeah, I don't think this thing was used very much at all, because there's hardly any wear at all on those bull gears. Hardly any at all. That thing right there is one of the reasons why I don't want this baler anymore. I have since learned that these air-cooled V4 Wisconsins, when they're hot, are a bugger to start, and this one is a hand cranker. It is not an electric start, so yeah, I don't want to be in the middle of something shut down to thread some new twine through the thing and have to wait an hour and a half for that thing to cool down to start baling again. I was thinking of taking the new LS tractor and putting the drawbar in between its lift links so I could hook onto this hitch easier and haul it that way. But I think what I'll do is get the white Ford pickup over here, hook back onto it. That's how I got it here in the first place. And we'll just take the back roads and tow it over to the auction company and get this thing out of here. But I got to call the auctioneer first, see if he's still taking consignments. As we all know, the price of everything's going up again, including fuel. Well, today when I ran out of gas, I called my insurance company to send out a rescue vehicle with 5 gallons of fuel. And because the fuel is so danged expensive, they just totaled my truck. Well, I just got off the phone with the guy at the auction company. They don't really want to fool with it because it's too old and I can't get it to run. Quite honestly, I've never tried to start the thing. And for them to sell it, being how old it is, they want to see it running and that it will do its thing. Which I don't blame them. And no, it isn't a bad thing that I went to all the work of pulling it out of the shed to take it over there. Quite honestly, I just need to get the thing gone. So yeah, I don't mind having a baler in the shed, just not this one. I need something newer I can get parts for. So I think what we'll do is we'll park this out here in the show area. We'll just use Stinky to drag it around, and I'll list it locally for sale. Yeah, we'll go that route. With a week's worth of rain scheduled in the forecast, I figured it might be a good idea to get the grain drill in out of the weather. So we're going to put it back in where the baler was. And if I can get it shoved in far enough without it taking out anything, I might even get Stinky in out of the weather. Got to move you first though. Well, there's the grain drill neatly tucked away in its temporary home for the time being. Unfortunately, there was so much stuff in this side of the shed yet that I couldn't get it all the way to the back of the building until we get it cleaned out. Besides that, we're going to be having it back out again probably in about a week to reseed that west field with pasture grass. So why the sudden urge to get things cleaned up around the old farm, Farmer Dave? Well, there's a lot of things that need to go away. I'd purchased this riding lawn tractor years ago in an effort to try to make one of those little garden tractors look like a big full-size International. I even had the rims powder coated IH red and had triple rib front tires put on those rims. So we're going to kind of put that thing back together and we're going to list it for sale too, because quite honestly, I haven't got the interest and I haven't got the time anymore. We're going to see about putting the fast hitch on the back end of this 450. I have it all off of another International 450. And then this thing can go away. I have no idea if it runs or not, but now that I have the new LS, I don't have any need for that machine. just as soon as I get my farmhand loader back over here, that little utility trailer is going to go away too. I can't use a 4-foot wide deck, 8 foot long. I need something larger that I could put even the tractor on, or a car, for example. So it still begs the question, what am I doing? Why am I cleaning the place up? Well, it needed to be cleaned up. The junk needs to be gone. It was fun playing with the old stuff when the guys would come around and we would do the farm show things. Well, those guys are mostly gone now, and far and few in between. There's been a bunch of them have passed away. Enough of them are sold. They can't do it anymore. So yeah, we're done doing that. With the old vintage tractors, I think, here at the farm. Plus, the farm is going to start paying for itself. So yeah, all the old toys are going to go away except for a few handful of ones that currently I'm interested in. And yeah, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is so old, places like that auction company I called, they don't want to fool with it unless it's in pristine working condition. Yeah, so yeah, it's just time to clean up and make things go away. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. It's getting cloudy, it's dark out, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, should be bright and sunny, but yet it looks almost like late evening here in southern Idaho. So anyway, I'm going to call it quits for the day before I get wet, because it's been spritzing. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, let me know what you think of this topic in the comments down below there at the bottom of the screen. I do appreciate everybody that has subscribed. I do see who's following, who's subscribing, and who's watching, or the numbers anyway, not you in particular. So we're about a 30-70 split as per normal. So anyway, if I could get more of you to at least click the like button or the subscribe button, that would really help me understand the analytics and what we need to do to get to that 500 mark of subscribers instead of bouncing around 470, 475. So if you could do that, that would help me out a lot. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. Please do subscribe right down there in that bottom corner, right down there, that big red thing. And we'll catch up with you later. So from me to you, y'all have a good one. Y'all be careful out there, and we'll catch up with you next time. Bye-bye for now.